Yo, what's up, guys? So, I just, my, eastern box turtle has just, rose and came out of hibernation, recently, a couple days ago. I posted a video on that, and posted a update video on their babies. I just figured I would go through, my history with box turtles. There's good, there's bad, there's ups, there's downs. So, I just figured I told you guys when I first made this channel, first video I ever posted, that I would do this. And I wanted to wait till a certain time to do it, and that was this. While waiting till my eastern rose so I could, add to the story. And, something drastic happens, believe me, I'll let you guys know. And let's get to the story. So, first, a few years ago, actually this month we're coming up on the second year, I believe, anniversary of my pawpaw dying. He was 92 or 91, almost 92 years old, and he lived through the Civil War, right? So he kept literally everything, so it took us months to go through his house and get everything out. And he lived by the woods, and when my mom and my uncle were little, they used to go out there and catch all kinds of turtles, so they inspired me to do that when they told me about it. And we were he had all kinds of bushes that needed trimmed, so it helps out the house and cover up the house and all that and other reasons. So as we were doing that, of all the places there could have been a turtle, there was a eastern box turtle. Anytime I talk about a turtle, I'll put up a picture of him. So, at least the first time I mention him. So, and that turtle was found in a cactus, of all places. And we carefully picked it out, she didn't have no thorns in her, and that was the very first turtle I ever had. And we brought her home, made sure she was alright. She peed when we first got her, so, they do that when they're, scared. So, of course, they were scared. It was the first time she ever was picked up by a human, I'm guessing. And we named her Spot. So, brought her home, and a few weeks later, maybe a month later, it was a couple years ago, forget when, how much later it was, but a couple weeks to a month later, my dad, at his warehouse, I think it was, truck driver, he, I'm not exactly sure where he found it. I believe it was, walking in or out of a warehouse or whatever. He found a big adult, male turtle, box turtle, eastern box turtle, and he brought him home, put him in a box and brought him home and put him out in the pen and told me to go look. And I looked and seen two turtles. I was amazed, and I always wanted more than one turtle to see how they react to each other. So, as I was taking care of them, and, and then, I live near a small woods. It's not huge or nothing. It's small. I did post a video of exploring out there in the woods, so you guys should see how that looks. You guys know what that woods look like. And I asked my neighbor if I can go down there, because, I have to cross his property to go there. He's a very nice neighbor, and he said I could. And his wife said I could, so, they're actually interested in the turtles. They're not, boring, whatever, I don't care. They're, ooh, what do you got there? How your turtles doing? Did you catch anything? Or, they're not boring. They're, they care. And, they let me go in the woods. And then, actually, I'm getting ahead of myself. Before, of course, I went out into the woods and I found another female eastern box turtle. But before I found her, before I went into the woods, the first turtle, Spot, that I found, somehow escaped. And just by the way, the second male that I got, that my dad found at a warehouse, was named Rocky. Forgot to let you guys know that. Name was Rocky, and what happened was Spot got out, and, you guys know what happened. And, got out and haven't seen her since. I've looked for her, and I still look for her in the woods, because there's still hope that I can find her, hopefully she's still alive. And then I, went out in the woods, looked for her, and then I found another eastern box turtle, female, name was Myrtle. Brought her home, and, very shy, very, she hisses all the time, and, and then, I got, then my mom, I believe she was at a dental appointment or something, doctor's appointment, and found a aggressive, male eastern box turtle, and his name was Carson, and he, was aggressive, of course, and I brought him home. I knew he was a male the second I seen him. Came home from school, and my mom had him in a box, and great times. It was, box turtles, came across 4 of them in one summer, It's amazing, And then I put him out in the, I had to keep him in a box for a couple of days, and this is why. I put him out there. The female was fine with both of them, and the males started fighting. I was, I knew they were males, and Rocky didn't have any problem with Carson, but Carson had a problem with Rocky, and he was so aggressive that he was even being a jerk to the female. So I had to keep him in a box for a little bit, get him used to those turtles. He was probably just scared of them, and, he was probably just flat out aggressive, and, I'll tell you why in a little bit. I don't know why he was aggressive, it was just his nature, but the reason I don't think he was shy or anything was, I'll let you guys know that in a little bit. Let me go on with the story, and it'll all line up. I don't want to confuse you guys. So then, the couple days after I found Carson, because he had to live in a box for a little bit, basically he was being a jerk, and they went through hibernation, right? And they survived hibernation, and not long after that, that was this previous summer, they mated, and they had eggs. And a couple months after that, Carson escaped, and then as we were digging up a a snake nest in my mulch bed, I called the snakes, released them out in the woods, and guess what I found? I found Carson. We thought something was getting them because we looked every place. They couldn't have possibly got out. They did, unless something attacked him and then let him go, I don't know if that would happen, doubt it, possibly, don't want to jinx it. Hopefully that's not what's happening. Hopefully they're just getting out. So once again, we redid the whole pen. This is year number 2 after they came out of hibernation. Myrtle and Carson, female and male. Brought him home, and then, we put a little fencing wire over it because we thought someone was getting them. And after I found Carson, I knew they had to be getting out, So as I was taking that down, male turtles are aggressive towards babies, so, and he was aggressive, so he, once again, this is the reason, I almost forgot about this, I know I would, but I remembered, this is the reason, I think, he wasn't just being shy and was just scared, he was just flat out aggressive, because he already knew me, he already knew Myrtle, which he actually did bite me after I refound him, but it didn't hurt. He cut one of my nails off, that's fine, didn't hurt that bad, it just scared me. Didn't expect him to do that. He was once again, after he was fine with the turtles, the other ones, he was, as I refound him, brought him home, he was once again being aggressive with the females. So I knew he just had to be aggressive, he wasn't shy or nothing because he already knew Myrtle. So they had to split him up, and he actually was going after something, and I seen, what are you going after? That's when I found the 3 baby turtles. And now I have 3 baby eastern box turtles. I still have them, and they're doing fine. And then Carson, couple weeks after we found the babies, now I can show you a picture of what they were first in, because they were, we first had them, didn't know what to do with them. We're keeping them, of course. Can't let them die out there in the winter. You know, they're also our babies. You know, we bred, you know, the adults. Carson caught a disease and passed away from it. He died from it a couple of days after, probably like 5 days after. And weird enough, Pawpaw died the April 26th. Carson died, the turtle, September 26th. A little suspicious there. So, big train of events with my turtles, up and down story, and it's not quite done yet. We buried him right where I re-found him out in the woods when I released the snakes. Right where I found him, I buried him in that exact spot. So then what I did was put a bunch of leaves in there. It was getting colder. Myrtle went through hibernation. I had the babies inside all winter. And then I'll show you a picture of what they were in at first. And then show you a picture of their new tank that they're in. And, you know, they're getting bigger. And if you guys want to see that, I'll keep posting updates of them. A few, like a week ago, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. I'm not sure the exact date. From the first year when Carson and Myrtle came out of hibernation, this year it was almost the exact date. It wasn't a week early, a week later. It was 2 days before, so almost the exact date. She came out of hibernation April 6th, and so a little bit more than a week ago. And, you know, so it's an up and down story, happy things, sad things, you know. Hoping from here on out, there's not going to be any more turtles escaping, any more turtles dying. It's going to be regrouping the population. I got 3 babies inside. Hopefully they'll all keep doing good. You know, if anything drastic happens, you know, moving them outside in their new enclosure, you know, do a video on that, you know. One of them gets sick, you know, one of them dies or something, which I almost thought one of them, 2 of them, 3 of them even were going to die earlier, and, you know, they didn't, so they're still here, and Myrtle survived, again, hibernation for the 2nd year in a row. Very glad about that, and now I'm left with 1 turtle. I'm hoping I can re-find Rocky and Spot out in the woods and hopefully we'll get more adults outside. And see you guys later, and that's my story of my Eastern box turtles. A lot of stuff to go on in 2 years. It's not even been a full 2 years yet, you know. So, it's crazy, but thanks for listening. See you guys later, and just let me know what kind of videos you guys want. Turtle updates. This Friday, I'll be doing a commentary for my league that I've been posting live streams on for an All-Star Race Friday. There's a couple guys gonna have to race to get into that race, so me and one of my friends will be commentating that. So we did a practice commentary, make sure everything would work. Earlier today, actually, and see you guys later, and just comment what kind of videos you guys want. If you guys want NASCAR E4 League stuff, commentating stuff, Eastern Box Turtle updates, NASCAR news updates, NFL updates, more doing crazy stuff like throwing shows and all that. That comes occasionally. We've already made 2 of those videos, and apparently that's what got the most views, 33 views already. Others, you know, get 2, 3. Hopefully I can get more views than that, but just comment what kind of videos you guys would want from me, and if I can do them, I'll do them, and see you guys later. Peace out.